We want to get right to our top story, though. For the second time in just 2 months, an assassination attempt on former President Trump. It happened at his golf course in Florida. President Biden said there's no place for political violence. Vice President Harris says she's deeply disturbed and condemned political violence. We have team coverage. Rachel Scott starts us off from West Palm Beach. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. This is the second time this is happening in just 9 weeks, and there is still one big question: how a suspected gunman was able to get this close to the former president of the United States and Republican nominee. Officials say that part of the problem is all of this shrubbery that surrounds Donald Trump's golf course. They say that once you are in it, you are essentially out of sight. That was until a Secret Service agent spotted a barrel of a rifle sticking out of the bushes and out of a fence. He jumped into action, sending the suspect running. This morning, for the second time in just 2 months, the FBI is investigating an apparent attempted assassination on Donald Trump. ABC News learning the former president was on his West Palm Beach golf course with donor Steve Witkoff near the 5th hole when a Secret Service agent suddenly saw a barrel of a rifle sticking out of the fence just 300 to 400 yards away.
What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sources say Secret Service fired 4 to 6 rounds as Trump was rushed to a safe area. The suspected gunman went running, leaving behind an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks which contained ceramic tile, and a GoPro hanging on the fence. An eyewitness catching the suspect fleeing.
Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great.
With that information, police were able to track down the car. This is the moment authorities surrounded the suspect in the vehicle.
We knew we had the car, everything lined up. We surrounded the car, didn't give him a chance to flee. He had no alternative but to surrender.
Multiple law enforcement sources tell ABC News the man detained by police is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Roth. Overnight, law enforcement descending on his home in Greensboro, North Carolina, going through the residence floor by floor, searching by a flashlight. Sources also say he had ties to Hawaii. His neighbor there speaking with ABC News.
I kind of was shocked that all of this is happening.
While authorities are working to determine a motive, sources familiar with the investigation say they are looking into whether Roth had any frustrations with Trump's position on Ukraine. He frequently posted on social media about the war, seen here in a 2022 video in Poland around the time he went to Ukraine.
And that we're going to stay as long as it takes to get every Russian out of Ukraine.
Trump traveled back to his mar-a-lago estate and a social media post thanking law enforcement for keeping him safe, saying the job done was absolutely outstanding. His son Eric Trump telling Fox News, "My father is running out of lives." It was just 65 days ago that Trump survived an attempted assassination at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The former president was grazed by a bullet in the ear, ducking for cover behind the podium. And this morning, there are questions once again about how a gunman could get this close to a former president and Republican nominee.
He's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around it. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
So there's a heavy police presence here outside of Trump's golf course. You can see that this street is still blocked off, and you can see where officials have set up a command post. The former president did travel back to his Mar-a-Lago estate, where he met with Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who called him unstoppable. We are told that Donald Trump is in good spirits, but George, I will tell you, there is a sense of disbelief within his inner circle that we are talking about this once again, George.
Boy, I'm sure there is.